I'm Louise Toal and I'm Managing Director of The Distance.
And I'm Anthony Main, the founder of The Distance. And we're excited to be here today to share our new vision and mission for the company.
Really excited. So, Anthony, did you always want to start an agency?
A lot of people thought I'd be running my own business, my friends and family, but it wasn't ever really my goal. I still went through uni and had a career before I stepped out. I guess I'd always been fascinated by tech. I guess I have ones and noughts in my DNA, and both my mum and dad come from a tech background. So I had access to technology from a very young age. And throughout my childhood, education, and even a 6-year career, I had a side hustle, as you'd call it now, of building websites, software, databases, whatever it was for friends, family, and what I guess I'd now call my network over that period. Eventually, that part-time work built up, and I was working as many hours in my spare time as I was in my final full-time job. So something had to give. I was a little bit bored in my last job because there wasn't a lot of work for me, so I'd got to play a little bit with the iPhone. But I'd had 3 new projects lined up in my spare time, and I just got a bit frustrated one day and just decided then and there to quit and step out. I'm pleased to say I won all 3 projects, so that first year wasn't as scary as you might think.
So it was very different for me. I really have a vivid memory of sat with a school careers advisor, and they pretty much said to me, you don't have the grades to go to uni, there's no point even trying to do it. I never really had an idea of what I wanted to do. I got a job in an antique centre, and then decided I didn't want to work weekends. So I got a job as a legal cashier, and I stuck it out for about 15 years. And I was good at the job. I was really good at it. But I didn't realise that there was that something extra that could really make you want to wake up and go to work every day. Sadly, my dad passed away after I worked there for 15 years, and I took 3 months out. I travelled the world, came back, and just decided, life's too short. Let's do something else. So I quit my job, went to an agency, and randomly got a job as a PA for the NHS England.
Yeah.
And worked my way up to work with the NHS chief exec. And he really gave me the confidence to know that I am really good at what I do. But I think my main thing is caring about other people and looking after them and making sure that they're okay. Yeah. That's kind of very much different to how I got there.
Why don't you tell them how or why you joined The Distance?
Sure. Obviously, I've known your wife longer than I've known you from a personal perspective. And after I left the NHS, I had my son, and I went back and I actually decided to start my own business, supporting as a virtual business manager to various other companies. I worked for Google DeepMind, which I'll always be super proud of. Me inside the Google building, eating all their great food.
The best bit.
Yeah, that was the best bit. So obviously you asked if I could help move us into the office that we're in now, and set all that up as you were expanding at the time. And just sort of being there, I think a couple of weeks, and just feeling what the rest of the staff felt, of just feeling like you're part of this greater thing. Yeah. And I still remember how I asked you if I could stay, and you were like, why? You have your own business. But yeah, I gave it up.
When we first met, we never ever would have imagined.
Yeah, we never would have imagined that we would have worked together. Yeah. So.
And look how we are now.
Yeah. How about you?
Well, I guess the business started in a spare room, like all good tech company startup tales. But really, the business itself, the Distance itself, was born a few years later when myself and another small business owner merged our 2 businesses. I was keen to focus on the mobile space. He was already in the web space. So it felt like a good union of our 2 skill sets into what could have been a big agency as we grow. At the time, we both had a few freelancers working for us, and The Distance was sort of the culmination of that's sort of half a dozen people, all with the same sort of agenda to build sort of great technology for our customers.
When did you start actually taking on full-time staff?
Transitioning those freelance people that ended up becoming full-time members of staff to start with. I'd already had one part-time, and then it just developed from there. After those 6 became full-time, we had a few extra people helping out here and there, but then we just needed more resource, more people, and more skills, more importantly. So.
Well, I'm glad we don't work in your spare room now, that's for sure.
No, it'd be a bit cramped.
But it's really similar, isn't it, how the distance has become a group of really passionate experts, obviously one of our values.
Exactly.
I think we both had a realisation a few years ago that you have to have those individuals that are the expert in the bit that they do to make a really well-rounded agency.
100%. It's and I guess that's why we thought it's time for us to rebrand. We don't really share those sort of qualities of our team and our values and things like that with the outside world. It's something that is lacking in our existing brand and our existing website, which was pulled together on a wet week in Scotland by the side of Loch Lomond by myself and my wife. We'd taken the sort of themes that Google Play had been sort of publishing, and we turned it into a brand, which, to be fair, has done as well for the last 7
really
years, but is definitely long overdue an overhaul, and it needs to reflect who we are and what we do now, especially with all the changes we've been going through this year.
I mean, I think naively, when we first started talking about a rebrand, I did not realise the process that we'd have to go through. I really thought it was, what's our logo, what's our colour palette, super simple, will be done in a couple of months, but sort of going into the process, learning about what really means a lot to us and our staff. And I just don't think we would have got through it without the team being involved. They have become so integral in being that passionate voice for what the distance is all about. And I think we've always known it, but like you said, we've just never pushed it out there to everybody else.
Yeah, and I guess we never really advertised it, and so therefore we never really thought it's part of what we do. But it's always been there, unsaid, unformalised, and which has been a shame, because I think we may have been worked more succinctly, more aligned if we had been. So
very different now to actually put the mission and the vision out there and to actually tell the world what it is, even though we've probably been living it for all these years.
Right, okay, drum roll please. Our new mission is guiding partners we believe in on their journey to digital success. And for me, it really demonstrates how we feel about our relationship with all those that we work with, having faith and confidence in what they're trying to achieve, and knowing that collaboratively between us, we can really make something amazing. Yeah,
I think when we landed on the word guiding, that's when we got really excited, because
you get full credits for that one.
We're supportive, we help. We're not going to tell our partners how they should do things, but we are going to guide them in the right direction.
Yeah.
And then partners as well just became such a natural way to refer to our partners rather than customers or clients.
Yeah, 100%.
We're not transactional with our clients. We have weekly calls with everybody, but the first thing that we always talk about is, how was your weekend? How's the dog?
The
banter, yeah. Just it's a friendship as well as a business partnership.
So then, as MD, how are you now going to deliver our mission for our team and all of our partners?
Without sounding big-headed, I think it comes really natural to the team. We're all very much on the same path of wanting to make the app a success, but also the distance a success. Yeah. We all go to work every day. We really want to enjoy the journey. Yeah. Nice. Have fun, but also deliver excellent apps for our partners. We embed our values into our hiring process. So we always make sure that our team's personalities really match our values. Yeah. That obviously, and we always ask the biscuit question, which I know that you're a big fan of. So Anthony, if you were a biscuit to match your personality, what would you be?
You're a Jaffa Cake.
I am a Jaffa Cake. I'm a bit controversial. Love me, hate me, cake, biscuit.
Yeah,
And you're the ginger
I'm
nut,
a
right?
ginger nut,
You're a
right?
ginger
Sure,
nut.
all right. We'll leave it at that.
So if the vision was a biscuit, what would it be?
Oh, let's not get started on that one. But we're really proud. We've now come up with a vision for the company, a forward look to what our North Star is and what our goals are over the long term. And our new vision is to be the digital partner everyone is proud to work with. We've all heard the horror stories that other companies and clients have had working with suppliers, projects failing, running over budget, running over time, all these really headache moments for companies that can lead to complete catastrophe for a project. And it's always confused us because it's not what we do or how we do things. We've got such a succinct process that we're so incredibly proud of.
But so it's the transparency as well, I think, that we have with our partners. There isn't any, secret conversations in the corner that we don't think we can achieve something. It's all out there on the table, and we make a plan together to make sure it works for both sides.
Yeah. And that collaboration is what really is the success in our project.
Yeah, absolutely. I think also we treat everyone equally. Everyone in the company has a voice. Yeah. If they have concerns on a project or, they want to put their ideas forward about a great new feature, it's all about the team and that interaction that they have with the partners. I think also we all care about the company as much as you do. It's like I say, we all look forward to going to work in the morning. And obviously we don't take ourselves too seriously, and we all like to have a laugh. So sort of thinking back on those horror stories, what's the biggest lesson that you've learned, do you think?
I think the thing that surprised me the most, as much as anything, of the way that I've led the business today is how easy it's been to empower people. Again, empowering people to success has become part of our values, and that goes both for empowering our team to be their best selves, get the best out of them, delivering the best opportunities for our partners, but also empowering our customers and the individuals we're working with to thrive during the project, really elevate themselves in their own organizations and deliver a successful project as well. It was something I wasn't sure that I'd be able to do very easily as I started to step out a business, because being a techie, you've got a slight arrogance that you know a little bit more than anyone else. And my mum was always telling me I was impatient when I was trying to show her how to do stuff on the computer that she'd taught me everything about. So I guess there's a little bit of arrogance there, maybe a little degree or
Just the one degree?
Well, I don't know, maybe full 360, I don't know. But it was just easy. Once I realised that everyone can do their job better than I can, it was just giving them the autonomy, the room to make mistakes, the room to grow, the room to breathe, to really excel at what they're expert at, because every single one of them is better at their job than I am, including, I suppose, yourself for being MD.
But I think you've also got to remember that your 14 years of experience, you've seen most issues before, and something that might take us an hour, 2 hours to dig into, especially as a developer, sometimes you can just come along, take a quick look, and just from experience sort of think, well, have you tried this? Have you tried that? So I know we won't write you off just yet.
I guess that goes through everything in the business. So our industry didn't exist 14 years ago, but one of the biggest challenges our customers have is knowing that they can get into the App Store and Apple's stringent rules and regulations about what they let in. And we've got 14 years of knowing what those hurdles look like. And it's that sort of advice that's really useful for our customers that they won't get with just individuals that they might have working for themselves.
Absolutely.
So what's next then, boss, for the distance?
Taking the rebrand to the next level, sharing it with the world, which in turn will bring us growth. And more importantly, just keep enjoying the journey.
It's your favourite value, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So we'll be sharing lots more content about the rebrand, what's next for the business, and our partners over the next few weeks. So keep an eye on our social and our website. And thanks for listening and watching. Bye.